Następną prezentacją jest prezentacja Kuby Konickiego. Prawdopodobnie znacie go bardziej przez jego inicjatywę, którą prowadzi, Poszklanie i na testowanie. Ma taką barwną nazwę. Co ciekawe, co chciałem powiedzieć o samym Kubie, bo ma też przygotowany slajd, żeby trochę o sobie opowiedzieć, natomiast ze swojej strony chciałem powiedzieć taką ciekawostkę, że zaczynał od game devu, także już na samym początku wiedział, co to znaczy ból i zauważył, że coś z tym bólem po czasie można zrobić i w ten sposób zainteresował się kontrolą jakości na początku, a obecnie pełni rolę QA menadżera, także też przeszedł na zapewnianie jakości. I to tyle, słuchajcie. Oddam już głos. Dzięki wielkie. Brawa dla Kuby.
Is there anyone who doesn't speak Polish? Because, okay, so let's keep English. So welcome. Welcome everyone. As I was introduced, I am Kuba, and I will start introducing myself from the most important things in my life and the most the things I am the most proud of. So first of all, I am the father of 5-year-old, and it's awesome. I have also a cat. It's a ragdoll, and it's also a great cat. I am over 10 years in IT. As it was mentioned, I was starting in game dev, and it was fun, enjoyable. But it is a really hard part of industry. But it's really challenging and rewarding. But when I was in game dev, it was there was a very low salary, so I don't think it's a match. So I am the quality assurance engineer for 8 years, over 8 years at this moment. And I am the creator of the podcast called Poszklanie na testowanie, which can be loosely translated as let's have a drink and go testing. So yes, I was also in this year's Consolenium program committee. I am a QA manager and architect at Macolab. This is Poland software house. We are working mainly with automotive brands. And I am the fanatic of quality. But what is the quality? This is the question. I think everyone could tell different definition of the quality, I think. So is there anyone volunteer who wants to tell us what is the quality? Seba?
I think it's basically just a process that ensures something matches some standards.
Okay, may we agree with that, but this is more the quality assurance process, not the quality itself. So let's read the two definition of the quality. First comes from the ISO. So this is the organization's delivery of products and services that meet customer satisfaction, and this is bold because this is important, through intended or unintended influences on significant stakeholders in the product or service. It is weird, but okay. Let's read the ISTQB definition. The degree to which a component, system, or process meets specified requirements and again, this is very important, user, customers' needs and expectations. And this is the definition of the quality. How juniors and often mid-levels quality engineers understand the quality? The degree to which a component or system and sometimes process meets specified requirements, functional and some of non-functional, for example, visuals requirements, but business care is missing. And why is it important? For example, let's have this quality boot. Is this shoe of high quality or not? What do you think? It depends, of course. Yeah, this is the most likely sentence in our world. So yes, it depends. If the customer expects a durable shoe that is comfortable to walk in, then definitely this is not a high quality shoe, because you would walk like this. So definitely not high quality. But if the customer expects a shoe figurine that will last for many years, so then definitely yes, it is a good quality shoe. So it's all about customer needs. So when it comes to the quality assurance and working with the client, with the customer, when working in IT, we should care about business also, not only the requirements, but also needs, expectations, etc. So we should care about what the customer needs, what will make him profit. He not always know what will make him profit. So we are the professionals that should help them make this profit. What he thinks he needs, because it is also a point that not always customer know what he need. Sometimes he think that he needs something, but this is not always true. And what will make him happy. And customer often doesn't know what he exactly needs, but it doesn't mean, never, he is stupid. We need to talk with them, we need to understand what they want to sell, what they want, what they expect from the software we are producing, and then make the common vision what we should do, what we want to sell. We are the professionals that should help customer to understand what works and what doesn't work. We should cooperate with the customer. It shouldn't look like this, that customer walks to our office and orders some software, and we are just okay. We will do that, and we close for the 9 months, and after this, yes, this is a software you ordered. Because in such situations, the customer probably will not be happy after receiving something we thought that he need. So we should also discuss with them how to achieve goals. For example, if customer want to sell something, we should check the target audience, we should do some research, some discovery phase, where we design the software that actually help him to achieve his goals, not only do the software based on requirements, because he probably not always will prepare requirements based on his needs, so we need to discuss with them. For example, in this presentation, I will divide the quality to 2 different areas: products quality and project processes quality. Here we have example of simulator for Toyota. This is financial simulator that we are creating for Toyota and the Lexus brand. And in this case, the customer want to, in terms of products quality, the customer can expect the calculation in the application to be perfect, but in the appearance of the UI, maybe a little less important, because it should be clean, it should be not ugly. but should be readable. But the most important thing is the logic behind that. So we need to ensure that our product calculates the financial products correctly, and it can be visualized. It can be presented like that. And this is also one fun fact. We are creating simulators for Toyota and Lexus, and Lexus has everything a little bigger. For example, font is bigger, scroll bars are bigger, and it is like that because the target audience of Lexus customers is much older than Toyota. So they have a worse side, so you know. So they need to have bigger things in the calculators. So the product's quality relates to the how our software works and how it probably looks, etc. But the processes / products quality is relating to the way of working, deliveries, etc. So, for example, our customers may need or expect the new delivery every week. So we can't, if we care about the quality in terms of cooperation with this client, we can't do such things that, okay, we skip this delivery because we need to work about the quality of the product, because the process quality will pick down. So to summarize that, product's quality refers to the product itself, meeting requirements, functional and not functional, visuals, performance, and so on, generally what we deliver. And process / product processes quality refers to the processes of developing, testing, delivering, and deploying, maintaining, generally how we work, how we deliver. And this is also a fun fact from the Toyota project. What do you think? Which bugs, UI, logic frontend, or logic backend, will be the most reported issues by the customers in last 6 months? UI? Backend? Okay, UI 5%, logic frontend 20%, and the rest was a logic backend. And it was because the UI must only look just fine. It's okay for the client. It must display. Is there a question or okay? It just need to be readable, but not fanfares and etc. Yeah? So the logic backend is the most important thing in such product. Why we often I forgot timer. Okay. Why we often fall in this gap where we missing the business? Why? Because first of all, we have a discovery phase, and in many companies we actually don't have discovery phase. It's just signing the contract and start working on the project. And when we have deficiencies in the discovery phase, we are not trying to what customer need, and we don't understand. We just don't try understand what client want and what they need. So this will generate the problems because we don't know actually what the client want to have. We often rely only on documentation without taking into consideration the conclusions of good discovery. And of course, if we doesn't have discovery phase, we cannot rely on the discovery phase. But even if we don't have a discovery phase, we can just call to the customer, chat with them, talk with them often, for example, once a week, every sprint, etc., just to have quick feedback from them and talk with them about the needs. Contact with the customer. For example, in my team, I have at this moment almost 40 people, just quality assurance engineers in the whole company, so it's quite big, I think, team. There are a lot of engineers that doesn't want to talk with the customers. Why? Because this is the answer. And this is a big mistake, I think, because if we don't talk with the client, again, we don't want what they want from us, what they expect, what they want to sell through the product, through the software we are just developing. So we should have standardized the contact with the client, we should have meetings with them, we should provide them the software often, just to make the feedback loop working, to know what they think about our software. And processes. We are trying to adapt the project to the processes, not the processes to the project. And this is bad, because, okay, I assume that everyone almost everyone on this whole have the ISTQB, so we should make our project work exactly like ISTQB said, etc., etc. But this is only a fairy tale, and we just need to take some processes and make sure that our work will follow some most important principles, rules, etc. But always we should adapt processes to the project, not the reverse. So we should not be like Chuck Norris. Golden mean. We should always consider the customer. We should always consider what we can do, what we the borders we are in. Because, for example, if the client needs from us delivery every week, we cannot have the quality process spread on the 4 environments, full regression manual, etc., because we don't have time to do that. So we need to adapt the process to be able to deliver every week. And this is the golden mean. Through that, we have priorities in testing, so we need to be able to do such thing, we need to prioritize our testing. The definition of the priority is a matter of particular importance that must be dealt with in the first place. So if we don't have a waterfall project where we have 3 months of testing and we can test everything twice, etc. So we need to consider what should we test in the first because of the importance. So, for example, we did a tool that is created for car dealer that are used for selling cars internal use. Like you go for the dealer opens his software, and only dealers work on the software. So across whole world, country, because it was only for Polish use. It would be up to 1,000 people at the same time. So we put emphasis on backend because the calculations must be proper, must be valid, and the stock must be valid, etc. So this is the most important area we needed to test. Then we had a front end because it can be ugly, but you know, it must work. So we test how it behaves, and performance in this case was not so much important because in the real scenario there was up to 200 people in the same time. So the loading time was quite long, but the customer was okay with that. So we just didn't need to put time and effort for performance testing and improving. Scenario second, we have a financial simulator for other brand, not Toyota, but Renault in this case. And we just did only a UI for this customer. We didn't do the API, calculation engine, etc. So the most important thing for testing this product was front-end testing, performance of the UI, because the Renault side is heavy, very heavy. So we just didn't want to contribute to the the worst performance in the site. So our iframe should be a bit quicker than the rest of the site. And backend only 5% because we just need to test the contract if our soft displays properly what we get from the API. API was created by the client, so we just didn't have to test it. Okay, so when it comes to priorities in testing, we should consider how much quality is affected by the task we are considering. So if you have for example, 10 tickets, you need to consider what ticket will impact the most of the quality. And by quality, I understand what client needs, what client expects. So both requirements when we consider the product, but also the processes. Risk, what are the potential consequences of failure in particular area? This is also a very important thing. So we just need to consider if our task, if it will be failure in the area we just need to test, what impact, what potential consequences will be there. Time consuming, we should start with less time consuming tasks, because if we did, if you have, for example, two buttons work with that, sorry. When we have, for example, 10 tickets, and 7 of them will be for 1 day, for example, and the others are, I don't know, 5 days, it is better for us to done the bigger part of the tickets, of course, considering impact of quality and risk. And dependencies, we should always check how our task dependencies depends on the other tasks. If we will block in testing, when, for example, take only first but the second task not, if they are depending each other, we should take them as a big group of tasks we should test performer. And this is the sentence I like, but in our company it was said way too much, so I don't like this anymore, but maybe you like it better done than perfect, so just keep doing, not just try to finish your work and get another ticket, not trying to be perfect, because time is money. So don't be like this guy. Okay, when is it tested enough? When we achieved testing goals, when we exceeded time box and consumed all dedicated money for testing, when new issues we are finding are significant, so for example a lot of minors, and of course when customers is satisfied. When we are designing tests, we should remember about goal, and it should be considered always, not only when we are preparing manual test cases, also when it comes to the automating tests. We should always have a clear goal. Quality we should remember about, because the customers won't have another project with us if we don't met the expectations and the needs the client wants from us. Priorities, better than perfect. So remember, better a finished task than one doing perfectly but unfinished. Completion, what we must deliver to consider the tests complete, and the resources match testing methods to the skills of the team, both in manual and automating. And this is everything from me at this moment. So if you want to have such contact with me, here's my email and LinkedIn, and this is QR code for YouTube channel Poszklanie i Natestowanie. Thank you.
Dziękujemy bardzo, Kuba. I teraz tak, skoro Kuba prowadzi poszklanie na testowanie, to sesję Q&A przeprowadzimy też w formie lufa pytanie, także także ciśniemy. This is kind of an inside joke in Polish, so that's why I said it in Polish, but yeah, please do ask questions.
Hi. At one point you mentioned that the QA engineers don't want to talk to customers.
Yes.
Shouldn't that be BA who talks to customers?
Okay, BA should be talking with the customers, and in our company we have few BAs that actually talk with the client, but often BAs don't have a knowledge about the quality standards, processes, and not always asks the questions we wanted to ask. So for example, we can prepare such lists for business analytics and let them talk with the client. But for example, clients respond with something, and business analytic give us that, and we have, okay, but why you didn't ask another questions because of the answer from the customer? And if the quality engineer would be attending in the meeting, probably he would get the information from the client. So I don't push the whole team of QAs to talk with the client, but for example, have only one participant on the meeting and just spread the information across the team after.
So then to shorten the line between
Yes.
customer, BA,
Yes.
team.
Yes.
Great. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so I got a quick one. By the customers, you mean like the final client that's gonna use your solution, or you mean the customer as a business?
Both. Both. It depends, of course, because in our company we are working mainly in the customer that are selling their products to the final customer, to the target audience. But if we have some insights, some knowledge how the final customer would react to the software, how what they need, what they expect, we should tell about that to the customers, our customers. So the proxy between final target and
Okay,
and us.
but like, do you have a specific users pool that you're gonna contact, or it's just picking up randomly? People
It
interested.
depends.
It depends as usual. Right?
A good discovery phase could include the pulse with the final target. For example, when we worked in the game development industry, we did such things. So we just asked the target audience what they want, what would be enjoyable for them. For example, we were creating a game for little girls. You know, the ponies, etc. So I don't know really if it was enjoyable for little girls or so I have a son, so he also doesn't know. So you know, you just need to discover.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
More questions?
Actually, I have similar question about QAs that don't want to talk with the clients about the requirements or their needs. Are you a leader of?
Yes.
What do you do with these QAs? Because from my perspective, they are not prepared to do what they are paid.
Again, it depends.
Of course, I know.
Generally, we just don't want to push introverts, for example, into customers, because I know quality assurance shouldn't be introvert. Okay, but for
why not? But the
Okay.
information is the key, right? The information is the key, and
yes,
they
but
should have some skills to ask or talk with people.
yes, and because of that, we established the form that, for example, in 3 members team, we just send only one QA to the customer because it is easier to do, because you just don't need to deal with people who doesn't want to talk with the client. This
Okay,
is
so you send the bravest one.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Smart.
But we also do some knowledge sharing across the company and train the less brave ones to talk to the people, etc. So in ideal world, I think every QA should be able to talk with the client easily. So this is my opinion, but I don't want to push in force mode. Yeah, you go. So we just talk and convince them this is good way to shorten the feedback loop.
Okay, thanks.
Valdemar.
Just point. Okay. Just point in the discussion or question. So do you have a Scrum meetings and so on?
Yes.
So on the Scrum meetings at the end on the demo, does your testers, let's say, listen to the customer at least? Maybe they are not on the meeting, but they
Yes.
listen to the opinion.
Yes, but also we have meetings where we have only the project manager, business analytics, and the customers before the refinement. So we plan, for example, next 3 months, and then we should have, for example, at least one tester to consider those features also. But during the refinement and demo, there is a whole team, but from the customers, often there are only business side. For example, the technical ones are only on the meetings that are specially formed before the refinement.
Okay, so I have a question. How are you managing the, let's say, not crappy, but tricky questions from the customer? What is a tricky question? Sometimes when you are working with the customer, they like to cross the line and ask you, what do you think about the quality of this modification before it's released? The hard one, yeah?
they asked us what we think about the.
Let's play a game. I am the customer.
Okay.
You are the QA. And let's say we are during the sprint, and I'm asking you, what do you think about the quality of your changes? Is it good? Is it bad?
It depends.
I know.
During the sprints, we have standardized the processes that we.
Still, please remember that I am just a customer. I don't know any technical.
If you are my customer, you know that we have some KPIs, some metrics that we are compromised with, and you know that you always, after the completed sprint, you have the whole report generated from us that are indicating if the quality increases, decreases, or is the same as previously. So if we have the project in the progress, we have established some way of working and discussions way with the customers. So you
Love
know.
it. Great.
Any more questions?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thanks. But isn't it a normal question to the QA? What is the quality at this stage and at this level? Sometimes we can have edge cases and maybe answer the question if they need some more information, maybe present some data or something.
This is the question for you, I think.
For me? Okay, may I answer? So basically, I think it's a bad way to give the possibility for the customer to ask you that question, because it's, as I said, it's shitty questions, because as a QA, you are in the really bad situation. Because if you said honestly to the customer, oh, it's going wrong, then your project manager, your management will kill you. And on the other side, when you say, oh, it's fine, we'll handle it, and if you you will not, then you are the dumb one. Because you said, it is good, it's great, but it doesn't work. So how did you test it?
I will be happy to talk about this with you after this presentation.
Maybe one question. At the beginning, you said that some of the UI elements for Lexus should be bigger than for Toyota because of older customers that are using it. But later, you said that the main customer of the main user of the system is just internal.
No. It was different scenarios.
Different scenario. That's clear. Thank you. Romek?
I basically wanted to chime in about the customer, who would be the customer and such. In one of my projects, I am responsible for qualifying the tool, Jira tool, actually, for the sake of being used within the projects. I have validated projects, so we then should qualify the tool before we can use it. So basically, the thing is that our customers are us, the testers. So I, as a tester, am basically one of the customers of the solution that I'm working on, as well as my colleagues and my other colleagues from the organization. So that's a tricky thing with who the end customer is, I would say.
Yeah.
Yep.
It depends on the project. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We are on time, so thank you everyone once again.